Psy Storm, the bane of my existence. Protoss alone is keeping my win rate very low, and a big part of that is Psy Storm. I have a lot of difficulty trying to fight against it, and it's cost me countless hydras and countless fights. I've lost one game to early zealot pressure that I just wasn't able to deal with. Other than that, they've all been pretty normal, gone up into mid-game, and I just haven't been able to deal with the storm well enough and lost way too much, and I just can't keep up with it. In this game, the Protoss goes for a little bit of early zealot pressure as well, but it doesn't go too bad. I think I handled this okay right here. I only lose one drone, and I didn't lose very much to the rest of it, so this is going to continue into a normal game. We're going to pursue our paths, so I'm going to go for Hydra Lurker, and he's going to go up into Psy Storm. And I wanted to show this game because I thought it went okay, and this was during my huge losing streak, where I lost like 10 games to Protoss before I finally picked up a win. But this was one that I think I did alright at. I had a couple good moves, but I still had so much trouble with the storms. And here they come. There's the High Templars themselves. Here he comes out with his first attack. I think I handled this one okay, though. I think that was a decent pullback. I didn't lose much. And then I have a couple Sunkens that I got up before to help stop the Zealot pressure that I fall back behind. And I really don't lose... Well, that was a pretty good storm right there, but he sacrificed a lot of Zealots, so I think this fight went okay overall. So at this point in the game, I felt like he was pretty weak. I saw he lost a lot of Zealots there, so I decided to move out and counterattack. And it goes pretty good. I snipe a High Templar there. That was a bad storm from him. I end up killing another High Templar. But then he comes up, that remnants of that first army come up with the High Templar, and I take that really bad storm right there. I think I probably could have done a lot more damage with those Hydras if I hadn't ate that storm so hard right there. I was probably macroing or something. Or, I don't know, I just totally failed to move out of the way of that one. And I try and press the issue, and I move out again and take that horrible storm that I showed in that first clip. That's going to be the end of my aggression. So we both stay back and mass up. I get into my lurkers, and he builds a huge army. And I tried to get a fourth base up, and he came down and totally shut it down. And now I'm trying to... I wasn't able to get up there to defend it quick enough. I didn't see his army coming, so now I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get up there and kick him off. At this point, I think I have enough lurkers, and I probably do have enough lurkers if I controlled them correctly. So here I go, and I'm just gonna rush my lurkers in, even though a bunch of them are getting stuck in the back. Try and rush them in as close as I can, and immediately lose to a Psy Storm. And maybe if this fight went on, it would have been bad for the Protoss. Either way, he's plenty cautious, and he pulls out of there. And then he has this great backstab that comes in. I forgot about this. He kills so many of my drones, wipes out the economy at my second base. And then after losing my fourth base, I'm pretty much figuring, I'm really having a hard time dealing with the storms. I just lost so much economy, so I'm going to go for one last hurrah. So he still has that army that killed my fourth base sitting up there, so that's probably a good idea. But he doesn't have much down here, and this is when I go for my final hurrah. So I see all these units falling back in the High Templars, and I try and run my lurkers ahead to cut them off. And I'm only able to kill one High Templar, but at least I don't really take any damage in the process. I think he killed his own observer there with the storm too. And I get a couple more High Templars, so that's pretty good. Now this is my last push. Going okay so far. Didn't lose really anything to that storm, but once again, he still has this army, the army that killed my fourth, so that's coming back. Now, I think if I executed this better, who knows, I don't know, maybe I could have broke him here, but I take way too long to move my Hydras up, and my Lurkers are up there by themselves for so long. And they're putting out a decent amount of damage, but they have no Hydras to buffer for him. If they were there the whole time, I probably could have killed everything that was there initially, and then would have been able to deal with his reinforcing army a lot better. In any case, didn't work out. It was a pretty good match, though. I was pretty proud of this one at the time because I thought I put up a pretty good fight. But those Psy Storms, still, like I said, the bane of my existence. But I was able to pick up a couple wins, finally, against Protoss, and this is the first one I won here. So after I lost that match to the early Zealot pressure, actually I think it was probably a couple matches that I lost to the early Zealots, I started going pool first and getting Zerglings out right away, which is what I do here. And I send them out to poke, but this guy's going very defensive. I'm not sure if he saw the Lings coming, or if he just planned that all along, I'm not sure how it went. But in any case, I see that he has a couple Photon Cannons up, no units yet really, and he only just got his gas. So I'm feeling pretty secure. It looks like he's going defensive. He didn't try any zealot pressure, so I decided to just go straight into tech and try and get lurkers out as quick as I can. I'm rushing out hydras, I'm rushing up into lurkers, and I spot these two zealots out here, so I'm able to run them down. He tries running away, and I pursue him and end up taking him down, so I thought that was cute. So here we go. Lurker aspect is just about done evolving. I'm getting my hydras into position. I'm just going to try and hit them really hard as quick as I can. And there they are, first 4 lurkers. As soon as they're done, I'm going to move out. And he doesn't really have that much at this point. I think he was, a little slow getting his production online because he went defensive. And here I go. I definitely, once again, probably lead too much with the lurkers, and I lose one right away, but still, this is going to be way too much for him to deal with. And his army's going to come down and flank, but it's just a few zealots against these lurkers, so they're definitely dead. So I finally win a game, but it didn't even go to Psystorm. I'm not that proud of it. I'm glad I finally won. But this one really just was because of the build order, I feel like. He went pretty defensive. I saw that, and I went straight for my lurkers. And then he really just didn't have anything to defend against me. So I was very glad to get the win against Protoss, but I'm still going to keep trying to go into the mid game, try and get up a lot of Hydra Lurker, and try to contend with that Storm.